This video will show you how to create the two training folders that are used in many of the other videos on our lab webpage. It's a good idea to have a nice clean area of your desktop to work with. You can either move your icons around manually, or you can use the automated sort option by right-clicking on your desktop and select Sort By and one of these options, such as Name. It's really up to you. As long as the training folders are on your desktop and you can find them, that's all that matters. If you have your icons on your desktop set up to auto-arrange, when you create the new folders or icons, they will move from where you created them to where your PC wants to put them. But I'm going to go ahead and create them right here. I'm going to right-click in this area, and I'm going to go down and select New, and I'm going to left-click once on Folder. And the default behavior is that a new folder is created with the name New Folder. Notice that the text is highlighted in blue and the text itself is white. At this point, I can just begin typing. Don't click anything, don't do anything else. Just start typing. When you're done typing, move your mouse cursor away from the area you're working and left click once on the mouse. And there's Training 1. Now let's create Training 2 right next to it. Same procedure. Right click. Scroll down to New, select Folder, and in this case, I'm going to do what a lot of people do, is click the mouse button too quickly, and I end up with a folder called New Folder. And we see this all the time in the lab. People have folders called New Folders all over their PCs. It's very easy to fix this. I'm going to move this up a little bit to give myself room for the menus to appear. See if it'll stay. Well, that's where it wants to go right now. So the next thing you need to understand is when something's selected and not selected, because it needs to be selected in order to rename it. So let me show you the difference between a selected item and a non-selected item. If I left-click the mouse button right here, you'll notice that the box around New Folder has disappeared. That means that I currently have nothing selected. If I move the cursor over New Folder, it's kind of selected by default, but if I want to make absolutely sure it's selected, I left-click the mouse button once. Now we're going to rename this. I right-click, and I scroll down to Rename, and we're back where we started. We have New Folder, highlighted in blue, and white text, and we're going to call this Training 2. And again, I take my mouse cursor away from where I'm working and left-click once, and I now have the two folders, Training 1 and Training 2. There is one further task that you need to complete in order to have your training folders ready to use. You need to go back to the lab webpage, I'm just resizing the webpage to fit into the area of the screen that I'm capturing. And you'll notice that it says, when you have created the folders Training 1 and Training 2, which we have done, on your desktop, right-click on each image below. There is a typo here. There should be a W after the O there. And select Save Image As and save them to the folder on your desktop named Training 1. So I'm going to scroll down a little bit here to bring the first picture up. Put my cursor right in the middle of it. Right-click, Save Image As. Go to the desktop. There's Training 1 right there. I'm going to left-click on it twice. And I'm going to move this over a little bit so that you can see what I'm doing. It's not wanting me to stay over that way, so I'm going to resize it instead of moving it. Notice that I'm in the Training 1 folder. So if I click Save, that picture has been downloaded. Now I'm going to scroll down and do the same thing for the second picture. Right-click, Save As. Now, the good news is, the next time you go to do it, it remembers your previous location. Notice I'm in Training 1. So I just click Save. And that's the second picture. Now I scroll down, and here's the third picture. Right-click, Save Image As, and you can see the two images that I've already got. I do Save, and we now should have 3 images. So I can minimize this browser, and if you look now at Training 1, you can kind of see that there's some things poking out of the icon that represents the folder. That indicates that there's contents in here. If I double click on this icon or folder, and I'm going to move this over again so it's in the range that you can see. You'll see that the 3 pictures are here. I'm now going to close this by clicking on the red X. This completes this video, and you are now ready to perform all of the tasks in all of the other videos that use the folders Training 1 and Training 2.